Hey everyone, Red Wolf Beyond here, and today I'm bringing you a relatively spoiler-free review and impressions video of Gundam Breaker 4. Now, before I begin, I would like to thank our friends over at Bandai Namco North America for this opportunity. Have been awesome all the way. Now, when we were playing Gundam Breaker forever ago, the original Gundam Breaker, I never thought we'd get to this sort of level. It's kind of unreal, but I'm going to use this excitement, try to contain myself, and jump into this. Let's get it. Let's go. So, Gundam Breaker 4 is a mecha action PvE game. The gameplay in Gundam Breaker 4 feels flowingly fun when fighting enemies in combat. While it takes a little bit to get used to controls, there are many different weapons and skills, so it really makes you want to try everything. And the thing is that there's so much in this game when it comes to this. It's wild. It's almost incredible and almost leaves me without words. Now, the ability to equip a weapon in both hands is a refreshing addition that leaves up more combinations and ideas for builds, because I've not even found my favorite weapon type yet. Now, there are weapons that are heavy hitting and work better fighting single targets or breaking parts, because when you break parts off of enemies, you do increase that chance of getting more parts as rewards. So that's one thing to keep in mind when you're doing that. Or if you're of a different approach, you can use weapons that focus on handling multiple enemies at a time. It might get used to the controls for fighting, but once you get used to that and the combos, you'll feel very much at home. With either a two-handed weapon, a single-handed weapon, or dual-wielding weapons, be sure to practice your strings using the test mode in the game. And I really love that we have this addition in here where instead of having to go to a mission or sortie while you're building your gunpla, if you change one part, you can just go to test it out and change various settings. The gunpla choices in this game are awesome, where fan favorites and a few new ones make their debut in the series. This game does a very fun job allowing you to obtain parts either at the in-game shop or just having them drop out of luck playing missions, which is like nothing hits more than seeing you destroy like a Destiny Gundam. You get the Destiny backpack. Oh man, that sensation is just awesome. Now, they also have modes you can unlock through playing the game, or more features, as I should say. And these features will kind of help you keep them busy, unlocking and finding those hidden gunpla parts you may be looking for, because this particular feature allows you to alter one piece of a gunpla to create another. For example, if you have a new Gundam piece, you could derive it to a high new Gundam or any other mobile suits that might share some sort of relationship for it or with it. There's a lot of fun things to discover, so I'm not going to spoil too much of that, but I just wanted to let you know that is also an option you unlock progressing in the game. When you're customizing your gunpla, you realize how much emphasis of quality of life has been added. Even when painting and editing your parts, when you equip a part, you can scale it, you can adjust it, rotate almost any of the parts that you equip. And what I really love a lot is when you have a color of a gunpla that is set for a part and you equip a different part. Say if I have an arm and I equip it to change my arm, by default it's going to allow me to carry over that same color schematic, which I absolutely love, because it was a pain when every time you had to change something equipment wise. Like in a lot of games you have to recolor it, and that's just but I love having that option to do that. Now, I will say that early on some parts will feel more valuable than others due to the abilities they can grant. However, with so many parts, you'll likely forget or not mind it, as builder parts are in plenty and provide a number of cosmetic and gameplay abilities to your gunpla's roster. The game itself wants to make sure you feel the atmosphere of GB4, simulating the online lobby even when you're not online. Yes, the game has an offline mode, which is awesome. Now, see allies, friends, and other random players strolling around or standing around chilling. Now, lobbies are pretty neat because they can hold up to 24 people, where people can also search for lobbies or games to join in on. Mind you, each mission is for 3-player teams and not 4, akin to other multiplayer games, which I kind of miss the option of having 4 players, but given the recent change in some Gundam lore in terms of, like build divers, build fighters, try and such, it kind of feels in line with what they're going for with this system. Also, it doesn't feel like you'll be stretched too thin if you don't always have 4 people. Either way, that's just a personal preference of mine, but after like your first hour or two, you're not going to pay that any mind because the rooms and lobbies are so huge and there's so much to do. Replay value, it's very nice. Now, the game also features clans where you and your friends can join together in tandem to the story, giving a vibe of being part of a clan. Now, right now, the clan functions are limited to basically sharing a clan room together and sharing a box. Now, this box is cool because you can actually give items to each other in this small room. I do hope they update this in the future, allowing us to fully customize the room or like change the layout. But I think it's actually a really good foundation for a lot of things to come. I'd like to point out that all the mission types allow co-op, which is simply amazing, something I really enjoy to see. You can also invite friends, clan members, or open up your games to random individuals that wants to take part in the co-op experience, because again, you can go through the story mode in fully co-op, which I absolutely love, with fun cutscenes. Now, when it comes to game modes, there are a few. You have story, which progresses through the story. The narrative of Gundam Breaker 4 is really fun. So if you want to see that, keep an eye out for the channel. We'll have a full story mode gameplay coming out down the road. There's also the mode quests, which are separate missions that do not pertain to the story. You'll probably spend a lot of time in quests grinding for parts, fighting and testing out builds in a more active environment. And if not, the survival mode is where you'll fight waves of enemies until you reach the end, or you fall doing so. It's really cool. And last but not least, there is a bounty hunter mode where you can select other players or NPC Gunpla to fight against. Now, they're controlled by AI, but they can still prove to be a challenge, so be very careful. I would like to mention periodically there will also be event missions that may appear at the quest counter, so keep your eye open for that. Now, as you progress the story for the first time, the game does a fair job of unlocking content and other options for you to build and earn more parts. I won't go into too many details, but progressing the story will unlock features and more quests for you. I'd highly recommend clearing the story first to unlock more things for you so you can just enjoy it to your fullest. Now, speaking of which, the story is really fun. The feeling they wanted to capture, to me, was something akin to being in a Gundam build or diver story / world, and I really enjoyed it. With the various cast of characters, nods to Gundam and Gunpla builds everywhere, it was really fun, and I think there's plenty of fun things in store for you in the story, so be sure to enjoy it to the fullest. Of course, we all know the real game begins after you complete the story, because there are various difficulties to unlock while playing the game, and it'll also kind of encourage revisiting older missions with newer builds, or updated builds if that's your thing. Now, the time you'll spend in the room tuning your Gunpla is going to be a lot. The Diorama mode deserves some praise, as the game clearly wants you to share your content with others. I hope everyone finds this fun, as I thought it was in line with the build universes have tried to do in the animes and mangas. I will say that Diorama mode is a beast of its own, but it will give way to many amazing battlegrounds and scenes, and I can't wait to see what the community gets spinning out with this, because it's awesome, and I want to see people share theirs. Now, I will say the menu in this feature is very heavy. It's a lot at first, and it does require getting used to, so be mindful of that. Don't be discouraged, but it's really cool because there's a lot of options you can do. While I could go on and on, I'd really have to say that this game truly is a love letter to Gundam Breaker and Gundam fans everywhere. When playing, you'll get that excitement of finding that one Gunpla you've been looking for, or a moment of nostalgia for some of you older players. I know this had happened a lot for me personally, because this game has laid a very strong foundation for the series, and more fun things to come in updates and DLC is something I look forward to. Again, if this game keeps the support it needs, it'll be a monster of a Gundam game, and I'm 100% here for it. I want to leave some things up to you all to discover on your own, but if you're a Gundam fan looking for a Gundam game where you can build your own Gunpla, play with friends, I believe this is the Gundam game for you. So, all I have to say is long live Gundam Breaker 4. I truly believe it's the Gundam game we desperately needed, so keep an eye out for Gundam Breaker 4 coverage and content on the channel, as well as join us for the official Gundam Breaker stream launch. If you have not seen it already, please make sure to hit that follow button, subscribe here to the channel, like this video, and I hope this will help alleviate any questions or concerns you may have. Go forth, be awesome. Let's discuss things in the comments section. And of course, and as always, I feel like I gotta say it. Until next time, stay out of trouble and nothing but love. Peace.